So I just finished up the book What It Takes by Stephen Schwarzman, the chairman, CEO, and co-founder of the Blackstone Group, one of the largest owners of real estate in the world, with a global portfolio value estimated at over $375 billion. And for young real estate professionals looking to grow their careers, there aren't many firms out there that are more desirable to have on a resume, which is why this book caught my attention and why I found it so fascinating to hear the story of how Blackstone was born and how the company grew into what it is today. And in this book, aside from just chronicling the growth of the company itself, Schwartzman also took the time to lay out a few key pieces of career advice for people looking to land a job at Blackstone, some of the most interesting of which were tailored towards the interview process specifically and what he personally looks for when interviewing candidates. And whether you're looking to land a job at Blackstone, another real estate firm of a similar caliber, or just a small local real estate investment firm and want to leave a good impression during the interview process, in this video, I wanted to break down 3 of the most essential pieces of interview advice I took away after reading this book and how you can implement these same principles to stand out on interview day and land the kind of jobs you're looking for. So Blackstone is, without a doubt, one of the most widely respected names in all of finance around the world, and the demand for jobs at Blackstone across all disciplines clearly shows that level of respect. For the incoming 2018 class of junior investment analysts, the company received 14,906 applications for just 86 spots, putting the company at a 0.6% acceptance rate for their incoming class of new hires. And to put this into perspective, Yale's acceptance rate for the class of 2024 was 6.6%, Stanford's was 5.2%, and even the acceptance rate for Harvard's undergraduate class of 2025 clocked in at only 4% this year, which is still more than 6.5 times the acceptance rate of Blackstone. Striving for excellence in everything the company does and looking for the absolute best and brightest talent to help achieve that mission was a constant theme throughout the entire book. And according to Schwartzman, one of the hardest parts about growing Blackstone has been finding this talent. And in the process of describing these challenges, Schwartzman also takes some time to talk through the specific traits and characteristics that he looks for in potential hires during the interview process. And if you're looking to land a job at Blackstone or a shop like it, listen up because this information is straight from the source. So the first piece of advice he gives in the book is something I think almost every person applying for an entry-level real estate analyst role needs to hear, and that is to be confident during the interview process and to approach the situation as an equal, not as a supplicant. If you think about why an employer is hiring in the first place, it's because they need someone who can step up to the plate and get the job done, and someone who can be resourceful that can complete various different tasks that are thrown their way, regardless of the level of experience that person might have. This means presenting yourself as an attractive teammate that can help your hiring manager achieve their mission, not someone who feels shameful about their lack of experience and acts as though they'll be an imposition to the firm. Remember that you landed an interview because the company saw potential in you, and especially at the analyst level, even if you lack a significant amount of experience early on in your career, be confident in your abilities to work hard, add value within your expertise, and also learn the things you'll need to learn on the job in order to be successful in the role. Now, this definitely doesn't mean to be cocky or arrogant, and Schwartzman does warn against this in the book, but in the same breath, companies are also looking for young talent that can, as the author puts it, hold the table. Be confident in your ability to do what's in your realm of expertise, and be confident in your ability to learn what is not currently in that sphere. And when these things are your core beliefs, your self-awareness and willingness to do what it takes to succeed will be shown loud and clear on interview day. Now, somewhat related to this first point, the second key piece of interview advice given in this book is to be authentic, both when portraying who you are as a person and what you can bring to the table in the role. When Schwartzman takes the time to interview someone, he'll often start the conversation by talking about what he refers to as something fascinating or newsworthy to gauge how the candidate responds when prompted to talk through a topic that they likely hadn't prepared for. Often this will be a subject that the candidate isn't familiar with, and when this is the case, Schwartzman looks to see if they can admit they don't know anything about the topic and move on, or whether they try to fake it and pretend they're well versed in the subject. People that get to senior level positions in high finance are generally not stupid, and if you're trying to talk through a topic you know nothing about, like you're an expert in the subject, that's usually going to be very clear to these people right away. And doing this puts you at a huge disadvantage during the rest of the interview process as well, since this not only frustrates the interviewer, but also breaks trust. After all, if you're willing to exaggerate your expertise on a trivial topic brought up in basic conversation, what else are you exaggerating on your resume as a whole? Being honest about what you know and what you don't know is key to building rapport during the interview stage and portrays you as an honest, self-aware person willing to, in the words of a golfer, play the ball as it lies. This advice around authenticity also applies to being yourself during the interview process and not trying to be someone that you're not from a personality perspective. Schwarzman talks about running the airport test on candidates he interviews, or put more simply, if your flight was delayed, how would you feel about being stuck in an airport with this person for several hours or more? If you put up a front during your initial interactions with your hiring manager and then you land the job and act completely differently 6 months into the role, passing the airport test during the interview process just for the sake of landing the offer only ends up hurting both you and the company. And with that, it's really in everyone's best interest for you to be transparent about who you are and what you're looking for in a new role so that both you and the company can decide if the position is the right fit on both sides of the table. And finally, the last piece of advice I took away from this book is something that I actually haven't ever heard talked about in mainstream career advice, and that is to only mention people you know at a company you're interviewing with if you both like and respect them. This means that going out of your way to mention a relationship you have with someone at the firm isn't always a benefit and can actually hurt you if the person you're referencing is a less than stellar performer. Your interviewer will be judging your taste in people, and who you choose to spend your time with will say a lot about that taste. Schwarzman talks consistently about 3 themes in this book: having a zero defect mentality, striving for excellence in everything you do, and always doing what you say you will. And if the person you're about to reference doesn't have those characteristics and isn't someone you'd want to model your own work performance or behavior after, it may be best to leave your connections out of the conversation and keep the interview focused on you and what you personally can bring to the table. Overall, this was one of the most interesting and thought-provoking books I've read so far this year, and I would highly recommend it if you're looking to break into commercial real estate, so make sure to check out the link in the description below if you want to check it out for yourself. And as always, if you're looking for some additional help and training with positioning yourself to land a job at a top-tier firm like Blackstone, make sure to check out our all-in-one membership platform, Break Into CRE Academy. A membership to the Academy will give you instant access to over 120 hours of video training on real estate financial modeling and analysis, including over 100 practice Excel interview exam and case study questions and walkthroughs of the solutions to each. You'll get access to our entire library of pre-built acquisition, development, and waterfall models for multifamily, office, retail, and industrial properties, and you'll also have access to private one-on-one email-based career coaching if you're looking to break into a top real estate private equity, brokerage, or lending shop and want some additional personalized feedback on your own unique career scenario. And if you like this video and want to see more content on this channel around real estate career advice, make sure to hit the like button to let me know. And if you know of any other books like this out there that profile top founders and CEOs in the finance space specifically, I am all ears. So let me know in the comments below if you have any suggestions. As always, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you found this helpful. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to see more videos like this every single week, and I'll see you in the next video.